So Bentley sent me their brand new 2025 Bentley Continental GT Speed. And just from the looks of it, can't you tell this joint is a mean machine? And I'm gonna tell you what it's like living with it for the past week that I've had it, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Let's get to it. Now, right off the top of the mook, your boy gotta talk about these seats. These joints got big bolstering, they super plush and comfortable. I've had this car for a week now, and to have this much performance at 771 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, for these seats to be heated and cooled while also being massaging seats is absolutely preposterous. And they look really good. And don't forget, this is the first edition with the embroidery and the headrest. That's an extra $50,000 you gotta add to the mookery. But if you want these seats to look even better and be even more top of the mook, make sure you get that Barrett's Automotive pristine leather conditioner by clicking that link below in the description, because they're gonna shine like new money. And this car costs a whole lot of it, $400,000. But it's worth every penny because these seats are even massaging, baby. So these joints gonna caress you, love you, rub on you. So if you ain't getting no love at home, all you gotta do is get the Bentley GT Speed, baby. This joint gonna take care of all your wants and needs. So I believe at this point, we already gotta establish that we are in a luxurious car, and that seat design is historical, right? But these 3D designs on the actual door panel that are encased in leather make it that much more top tier. But it also stretches all over the center dash. And that design runs all throughout this car. I mean, it's coordinated to the nines. It's like boomerang pops, RP to it, man. Got to coordinate, baby.
You got to coordinate. Most people don't coordinate. So you got to coordinate. Yes, that's.
And when I tell you this joint is coordinated, I mean that same design is on the actual steering wheel controls, your blinker controls, your volume control, skip song knob, your climate temperature controls on the center console, in addition to your drive mode selector, and it's even on the side of your key fob. Now get that, it's not done there either. It's literally in the lighting of this car. And I mean the lighting, in this bright white LED lights, just how it's supposed to be, and they did not short it there, and most people wouldn't even see that design in there, but it's there. Now, next up, let's talk about them wheels, because them joints has 22-inch rims on all four corners with 275s in the front and 315s in the back of that thing, making that joint look extra thick and voluptuous back there. But in the front, keep it extra sturdy, clean, professional, and refined, because that's what you want. That's what you bought this $400,000 car for, or what you want to buy it for, is because it got the performance with the luxury. And no matter what angle you look at this car from, with them rims, they look really good. Switchblade type blade style type actual Blade Runner type rims, which look legendary in design. And you got them big old Bentley brake calipers on that thing with the ceramic rotors. You can't go wrong. Well, actually, I take that back. Yes, you can. If you got some ashy ass tires with them clean rims, you are not doing this car a service. You are doing it a disservice. So you want to make sure you click that link below in the description and get your Barrett's Automotive Magic Tire Sheet and put that on your car and this car, if this is what you're going to buy, to bring that joint to life and create some magic, baby. So whenever I'm living with these cars or SUVs or doing reviews for y'all, one thing that always stands out to me as far as features go, that I always wonder, why isn't this more readily available and more common in more cars and SUVs across all manufacturers' lineups? And it's the fact that you can literally press a button and roll down all these windows automatically up or down whenever you want, and that is a pure convenient thing for me. And I have to mention that in this car because this is the last car I was expecting it to be in, seeing that it's a performance coupe. Even though it's luxurious too, I just didn't expect it to be in this one. So the fact that those windows aren't even that big back there, relatively speaking, you can still roll all of them down at the same time. And the last car, well, SUV I should say in this matter, that had that feature was the Hummer EV3X, which I really liked. And those are some massive windows, so it really matters in that SUV. So make sure you watch the 5-minute review I did on that SUV along with the living with, because there's a lot of things in that SUV that I think a lot of y'all be shocked with that I mentioned in living with it. So if you're interested, make sure you definitely check that out. Click the link below in the description. I'll also link it there. But I really like that feature, so I had to talk about that, and I just wish it was more universal across way more cars or SUVs. Now, most people may know this, but for those who don't, this is a plug-in hybrid powertrain. So this turbocharged V8 gets assisted by an electrical motor, giving you an EV mode. And when this joint is in EV mode, this joint is pure cricket silence. I mean, you won't hear nothing. But the good thing is, it's got like a dual face, like Batman, the Two-Face guy. You can literally flip this joint and get extracurricular and go from silent to full V8 raspy, burbly, sporty sound by flipping your drive mode selector to sport and it comes to life every single time. Give you that deep, raspy, burble V8 sound that you all and me love so much. It's the worst thing ever when you wash a car and then it starts raining. And I mean, I washed it, waxed it, and everything, and now it's raining again. But the good thing is though, since I use that Barrett's Automotive ceramic wax, it's gonna glide right off there, man, like raindrops on the windshield, as you can see right now. And then I also got that sensational Barrett's Automotive shampoo for the bucket mook. And then if I ever wanna get a little extra double up RIP nip, I'm gonna put that Foamtastic wash and wax on that thing. All three are below in the description. Make sure you click it and get yours. But any chance I get to see that extra $22,000 light sapphire satin paint job in real time, I'm gonna do it and bring it out just that much more, because it's like creating magic every time you use that Barrett's Automotive products, man. Now let's talk about these back seats, because them joints not only look good just like the front seats, but we also got ambient lighting that stretches all across the back of that thing as well. Bentley did not short the ambient lighting and keep it just in the front. It's in the back seat as well. But they also thought about their backseat passengers, because there's maybe not enough headroom and legroom, obviously, for me at 6'10", but your average height people, or they can fit back there just fine. My wife and I, we went out on a double date with some friends, and long story short, he was 6 foot, his wife was like 5'7", and they sat behind me and my wife comfortably, no problem. Now, were you abundant in legroom and headroom? Of course, absolutely not. Not for my wife and I in the front seat, so you do got to be a little extra cramped in the front. But if you actually had to make it shake for a little while, you could do it in those back seats. But you also got cup holders behind a retractable door, along with 2 USB-C chargers and a 12-volt charger. And what I like about those USB-C chargers, which is really dope, is the fact they make it feel a little bit more refined, because in order to actually use the USB, you got to pop the mook off the thing in order to plug in the thing. So I like that a lot. Like, it's the little things that matter that Bentley did right, absolutely right in this car. Now, one of my favorite features of this car by far is this James Bond style compartment that just flips over to your infotainment screen and then has some gauges when you're not using the infotainment screen. It's just a super flex anytime somebody gets in your car and then you get in the car and you don't know about what this car got to offer. They get in and boom, the screen just flip. You like, damn! And you know what I mean? You get that little extra understanding. So I like that a lot. So I had to talk about that. Now, I think it's safe to say your boy has been in a ton of cars and SUVs and everything in between. But I think this just might be your boy's first time in any vehicle that's got a half Alcantara and half leather wrapped steering wheel. This joint is heated, and it even has two-tone leather with a little white dash on the bottom of that thing. Got a little bit of white there like me, man, a little dilution in the blood, but we also got some chrome on that thing with a black piano finish. I absolutely love this steering wheel. Bentley, y'all killed it, and they always kill theirs. They kill. Bentley, salute to you, man. I ain't got nothing more to say about it. We got a modern, high-resolution digital gauge cluster and heads-up display to match. And the infotainment screen is modern, high-resolution, super intuitive, and easy to use, even at a $400,000 price tag. And this is Bentley, so Audi, BMW, take note, because I've done reviews on both. And if y'all want to hear me talk about those infotainment screens, go to What It's Like Living With and watch my 5-minute videos. But let's talk about this digital gauge cluster, because this joint has 220 miles on the dash, can be reconfigured. All you gotta do is press the view button on your steering wheel to reconfigure this joint to whatever view you want. And you can also hit the arrows to reconfigure and go through the details of your digital gauge cluster on the steering wheel whenever you want. And most manufacturers stop there. Usually it's like a digital gauge cluster is crispy and modern with a high resolution, and then the infotainment screen is bland, and weak. Or the infotainment screen it's the vice versa. The infotainment screen has everything, offers all the bells and whistles and tech, and then you get to the digital gauge cluster and it's just weak and bland. Bentley has it to where both of them joints are on par with each other. They literally match one another. They accent with each other. It's just everything, man. I love this setup right here. And I wish every car in 2025, I know this is a $400,000 car, but there's cars that should be in the 100, 200,000 or even 60, 70,000 range where it could be better, and then they just shortchange it. And Bentley could have done it because they're Bentley, but they didn't. And get this, the infotainment screen, even though this is Bentley, Audi, BMW, take note, because go watch those videos if you haven't done so already on my 5-minute reviews or What It's Like Living With. This infotainment screen is intuitive and easy to use, and it offers things like climate controls, your wellness with smart seat climate controls. That's legendary, and you can even adjust your posture in this thing. The seats will help you get extra postured up so you ain't walking around with a C2 disc enlarged lower lumbar disc with the whole, you don't want to be walking around with spinal bifida. I don't even know what I'm talking about, man. You just don't, you want your spine and your posture to be right. And these seats are gonna help you do it. They're smart seats. Most people got smart screen, smartphone, smart seats. Come on, Billy, man, I love it and I rock with it. And the infotainment screen also offers things like your weather in real time, and even car that showcases your vehicle status where you can lower and raise the height of this vehicle, monitor your tire pressure, your hybrid powertrain, your ambient lighting with a bunch of colors to choose from, and you can even check your oil levels right here from in the car, right through your infotainment screen, man. What more did your boy gotta say? Now, since this is a living with video, I gotta talk about what it's like living with this actual gear shifter, because the last time I experienced this gear shifter is when I was reviewing the Bentley Bentayga EWB Azure, and that joint was legendary. It offers so much tech. You get chauffeured in the back of that thing. If you ever watched that video, go watch that video right now. I'll link it below in the description. But this one in particular is just like that one. It has a big old Bentley stamped on top of that thing, and this is by far one of my favorite gear shifters to actually go into gear with an actual gear shifter. And I like that a lot because that Bentley just make it feel like you about to hit a fighter jet, but it just is top tier. I like it. I don't know what it is, but I love it a lot, and it just feels so prestigious and bougie. That's what it is. It's because I'm bougie, man. That's gas money, Ray.
That's gas money, Ray. Come on.
I love that gear shifter, man. And I also like the Alcantara along with that gunmetal type chrome finish on there, and it's super responsive, and I just rock with it, man. This is how you make a key fob with this kind of price tag. I've been in so many expensive cars that do not and will not make a key fob that fits the price tag of the car. And this is what I expect when I pay this kind of money for this kind of car. So every manufacturer out there, please take note of this. Bentley, keep the legendary key fobs coming, man. This is a flex. For a lot of rich people, this may be a conservative flex, but let's say if you come from where I come from, it's no doubt about it, this is a flex. And I want you to know what I got, what I'm paying for, and anytime I'm somewhere, even if people can't see my car, I wanna be able to have a reflection of my car through the key fob, whether my key fob's on the table, whether I'm with some friends hanging out, having a beer, it don't matter. I want my key fob to match the price tag of my car. And if I'm buying a Bentley or any car within the hundreds of $1,000s range, because I look at key fobs and judge a key fob, even if it's a $30,000 car, $50,000 car, $70,000 car, because that's expensive. You know what I mean? So it's like, can I get a reflection, please, that reflects my price tag of my car, even if I'm not by my car? And Bentley knocked this one out the ballpark. And I think when they got one of the best key fobs in the car world, because it just matches. It's unique to Bentley, and it feels hefty, premium, and it looks really good too, on top of being hefty and premium with good materials. So I always liked Bentley's key fobs. So Bentley, keep the key fobs, keep fobbing, man. Lastly, I love the way this car looks. Not just the paint job, we know how legendary that joint is, but the way this car looks, from the LED headlights, to the taillights, to the sleek style and design and lines of the car, to the inside of the car, and then you get all of this performance in addition to all of that. This is definitely worth the $400,000 price tag that Bentley is asking. Now, I want to talk about my first dislike, and my first dislike is damn near borderline hate. It might be a hate, and it's this NAM sound system. But I can't say it's all NAM sound systems if that's the name of it, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, because I reviewed the Bentley Bentayga EWB Azure, and that had a legendary sound system to me. And I don't know what it is and the difference in these two NAM sound systems, but I do not like the one in this car. In fact, I even go as far as to say, I've been in cars that were $100,000 and less that had better sound system than this $400,000 car. In fact, I even go as far as to say I was just in a Mitsubishi Outlander, and that sound system sounded way better than what's in this $400,000 car, which is absolutely absurd and unforgivable and unacceptable. So I don't know what it is, because I've tried messing with the clarity, the bass, the mids, the trebles, whatever all that stuff is that they offer in the sound. I've messed with it all, and it just still doesn't sound good to me. And that, like I said, that's just not acceptable with this price tag. And I'm really shocked and surprised that the NAM sound system after the EWB that I experienced is sounding like this. It's just not clear. The bass ain't bassing, the mids ain't midding, and the clear ain't clearing, man. This hard ass piece of plastic right here in the center console. This car is so premium. The interior is so beautifully refined. We got two-tone leathers, Alcantars, brushed aluminum, black piano finishes. I mean, you name it, it's in here. So I don't understand how Bentley gave this the green light to have a hard-ass cheap piece of plastic right here in the center console, right next to this premium gear shifter and all these other premium touches and buttons. But it does get better if you add some of that Barrett's Automotive interior cleaner on this thing, because it'll spark it up real nice. But it ain't gonna make something be there that wasn't never there before. So all it's gonna do is make it look really good by clicking that link below in the description and buying yours. But it ain't gonna make this all of a sudden refined and beautifully interior, just like everything else in this interior. So here's what we know. If you've been watching my channel for a week or two, or even a year or two, you're gonna know that I do not like manufacturers saying they have memory seats, and when you press the button, it doesn't just memorize your seat settings and do the rest for you. You gotta press and hold the button to get to your memory seats. I don't like that, because that's not real memory seats, people. Like, y'all could have saved me the money, not even put that feature in there, and I could just adjust the seats from the side of my seat all by myself. I don't like the illusion that I got memory seats and they're not real memory seats. I wanna press a button and the seat does the rest. And in this car in particular, it's really inconvenient to have to do that, because the memory seats for the passenger and driver are in the door panels. So it's like, I really gotta dig in there to really hold the button and then get into my position. So it's ultra inconvenient. But I will say, I do love the design of them being in the door panel. It looks more refined, it looks more bougie, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing with it not being by the door handles or light switches. So I do like that a lot. I just wish they were real memory seats. I should be able to press that button and the seat does the rest. I shouldn't have to press and hold it, because that's not real memory seats. I might as well just do it from the side of the seat myself with the power seatings buttons, because I can do it quicker and more conveniently and more comfortable from a more comfortable position than I can having to do it from the door panel with non-real memory seats, if that makes sense. So just don't give it to me if you're gonna give me memory seats like that, because that's not real memory seats. Lastly, let's talk about something that is an observation that my wife noticed that I didn't even notice right up front. And it's not a dislike, it's not a like, it's not a love, it's not a hate. It's just something that my wife observed that she told me about that I'm now about to tell y'all about. And it's the fact that you have these seat belts in this car, right? That literally like engage, and it delivers you your seatbelt to make it to where you ain't got to tear your rotator cuff to try to lean back to, you know, grab the seatbelt and strap it on, click it or ticket, right? This one in particular, it only engages for the passenger once the driver gets in the car and shuts the door, and then both seatbelt things engage to hand you your seatbelt. If you know me and my wife and you follow our other YouTube channel, Love is Slim, you would already know this. Or if you've been following me for a very long time, you would know this as well, that I open my wife's door for her every single time. Since I met her, there's never been a time where I didn't get her door for her and I was actually with her. So every time I bring her to the car, I get her in the car, and then she goes to sit down. I might go do something, or I had to go run back in the house, and she wants to buckle up to kind of be prepared once we get in the car to just go, and she doesn't want to wait for me to get in the car. Well, that could be a problem in this particular car, because she had to get the seatbelt thing all herself. Oh, boo-hoo, she got to get your seatbelt yourself, just like 99.9% of other people in this world, yes. But I'm talking about for the people who want to actually buy this car, who are bougie enough that want their seatbelt delivered to them every single time, and they're not used to, they grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. They're not used to grabbing their seatbelt themselves, and they're used to somebody delivering them their seatbelt, or that thing engaging to give you your seatbelt. This is more for those people, because I'm not one of those people. I was more of a have-not than I ever was a half person. So let's just get that understood right through the door. But this seatbelt doesn't give you your seatbelt until the driver gets in the car, shuts the door, and we're about to start the car and drive and take off. You don't even have to start the car. You just get in the car and shut the driver door. And like literally, if I open this door and I shut it, the seatbelt will come out like so, right? Well, it does the same thing for the passenger if there's somebody in the passenger seat. And my wife just kind of noticed that was something where she was like, oh, it doesn't do that unless you get in the car, and then they'll give me my seatbelt too. So that's everything your boy got to talk about when it comes to the brand new 2025 Bentley Continental GT Speed. And if y'all rock with it just as much as your boy did, man, I hope you give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you subscribe. And I also hope that you click that link below in the description and get you some Barrett's Automotive car wash products by yours truly, you dig. But even if you can't support the campaign by buying the car wash products, I appreciate you, and I thank you for watching this video and subscribing and staying tuned in with every last video. That means the world to my team and I. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one. You dig?